This is Antarctica, a continent that has stayed beyond human reach for centuries, and one of the greatest mysteries on Earth. Whether it is the blood falls, mysterious creatures, underground lakes, or cities rumored to be buried beneath the ice, Antarctica is surrounded by myths and unanswered questions that scientists still struggle to explain. Antarctica is the only continent in the world where no permanent human population lives. The reason is simple. Temperatures here can drop as low as -90 degrees Celsius. On top of that, the continent is hit by violent ice storms that can reach speeds of up to 300 kilometers per hour. Traveling here is not just difficult, it is life-threatening. Even modern technology struggles to withstand the extreme cold, and most equipment fails within hours of exposure. Surprisingly, Antarctica is also the driest continent on Earth. It is so dry that it is technically classified as a desert. You might find it hard to believe, but the entire continent receives only about 51 millimeters of rainfall per year. This extreme combination of freezing cold and desert dryness creates a land unlike anywhere else on Earth. The ice sheets here have built up over millions of years, forming a vast frozen wilderness that stretches as far as the eye can see. Despite these extreme conditions, many countries have been trying to claim control over Antarctica for more than 100 years. Take a look at this map. France claims this region, Norway claims this part, Australia claims almost the entire eastern side. Britain, Chile, Argentina, and New Zealand also claim different sections of the continent. The reason is not just territorial pride. Beneath the ice lies a wealth of resources, secrets, and potential strategic advantages that no nation wants to miss. So the question is, why? What lies beneath this massive layer of ice that makes the world's superpowers so desperate to control it? Today, we are going to explore some of Antarctica's greatest mysteries. We will also uncover who truly discovered Antarctica. And finally, we will examine what secrets may be hidden beneath the ice, secrets that powerful nations already know about, and that may explain why they want control of this frozen land. Who discovered Antarctica depends on who you ask. The British claim they discovered it. The Russians claim they were the first to step foot there. But Antarctica was mentioned thousands of years ago by the Greek philosopher Aristotle. He believed that the Earth was round and that the North and South poles were mirror images of each other. This early philosophical idea hinted that humans had been curious about the far southern lands long before any expedition set sail. In 2021, a study published by the Royal Society of New Zealand suggested that the Maori people of Polynesia may have been the first humans to reach Antarctica in the 7th century. This idea comes from ancient Maori stories that describe a frozen land located far to the south, a place so harsh and remote it would later challenge every explorer who dared to approach. However, in recorded history, British officer James Cook was the first European to cross the Antarctic Circle. He came within about 130 kilometers of Antarctica, but turned his ship back. He never actually saw the continent, but he did encounter massive floating icebergs, and the sea conditions were so dangerous that moving forward could have been fatal. James Cook later stated that reaching the southern continent was so dangerous that very few humans would ever be able to go there. He warned that only those willing to risk their lives could ever hope to explore this frozen wilderness. After Captain Cook, many explorers attempted to reach Antarctica, but failed. Then in the 19th century, global competition for economic dominance began to rise. The world was moving toward a new order. New resources were being discovered. New trade routes were opening. Industries were expanding. Every nation wanted to become a superpower in the coming century, and exploration reached its peak. In 1819, the Russian Empire assigned explorer Fabian von Bellingshausen with a mission to sail around the world and discover new lands. In 1820, Fabian proved Captain Cook wrong. He reached the Southern Ocean and saw Antarctica from a very close distance. Although he never set foot on the continent, he is considered the first person in modern history to officially see Antarctica. Between 1900 and 1920, many explorers turned their attention toward Antarctica. In 1911, British explorer Robert Falcon Scott landed on the continent with his team and traveled nearly 400 miles inland. However, brutal weather conditions and starvation forced them to turn back. The return journey was far worse. Scott and his team became trapped in extreme cold and violent blizzards. None of them survived. Their story remains one of the greatest human tragedies in the history of exploration. After World War I, several countries sent teams to Antarctica in an attempt to claim territory. In 1939, under Hitler's orders, the German Air Force dropped Nazi flags over parts of Antarctica to signal German control. After World War II, many countries established research stations across the continent. That is when truly mysterious discoveries began to emerge. The first major discovery was that Antarctica was not always covered in ice. At one point, it was filled with dense forests. Scientists from Imperial College London discovered fossilized wood that proved Antarctica was a warm continent around 90 million years ago. They also found fossils of insects that only survive in tropical climates. This discovery rewrote everything we knew about Earth's climate history. The second major mystery was discovered beneath the ice. Under nearly 3 kilometers of ice, scientists found over 400 underground lakes, each with its own ecosystem. These lakes contain strange marine creatures found nowhere else on Earth, including giant spiders and transparent jellyfish. Beneath the ice exists an entirely different world, untouched and isolated for millions of years. Another long-standing mystery is the blood falls in the McMurdo dry valleys. These waterfalls appear as if blood is flowing out of the ice. Scientists recently discovered that the red color comes from an extremely salty underground lake that has been sealed off from the atmosphere for hundreds of feet beneath the ice. The water is rich in iron, and when it reaches the surface, the iron reacts with oxygen and sunlight, creating a rust-like red color. The third major mystery, and the most controversial one, is the belief that an ancient civilization exists beneath the ice. Some people even claim that alien spacecraft have been seen in Antarctica. In 2016, Google Earth recorded several unusual activities over the continent. Conspiracy theorists believe these sightings are alien UFOs. However, many political analysts argue that these are secret military air operations conducted by the United States and other nations. This brings us to Antarctica's hidden political battlefield. While the rest of the world is focused on other geopolitical conflicts, the United States, China, and the former Soviet Union have been aggressively sending expeditions to Antarctica. China alone has established multiple research stations on the continent. According to the Antarctic Treaty of 1969, any country can conduct scientific research in Antarctica, as long as the results are shared with all other nations. In 1992, a survey by the U.S. Geological Department revealed that Antarctica holds an estimated 500 billion barrels of oil and natural gas reserves. But oil and gas are not the real reason countries are interested in Antarctica. Recently, massive reserves of rare earth minerals such as osmium, praseodymium, terbium, and dysprosium have been discovered. These minerals are essential for electronic devices. As the world shifts away from oil and gas toward energy sources that power electronics, electric vehicles, and lithium batteries, the demand for these minerals is now greater than fossil fuels. The race to control the future is what has drawn the world's superpowers into Antarctica's deadly ice and storms. The final major mystery of Antarctica is the Southern Ocean. It is considered one of the most dangerous oceans on Earth. The Southern Ocean plays a critical role in controlling the planet's climate and water circulation because it connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Scientists estimate that the Southern Ocean absorbs around 15% of the world's carbon emissions. As global warming accelerates and ice continues to melt, the importance of this ocean is growing rapidly. As ice melts, new regions are being exposed. Waters that humans once believed were unreachable may soon become major trade routes. Antarctica continues to hold countless secrets, and the story of its exploration is far from over. Research in Antarctica is still ongoing, and no one knows what other mysteries will be uncovered in the future. These are the sources we consulted for this video. If you enjoy content like this, let us know in the comments. We will see you in the next video with another fascinating topic. Take care. Goodbye.